Hey everybody, welcome back to Record-ology. Okay, I thought we'd do a quick video, just play some records, or a record I should say. This is Orson Welles' War of the Worlds. So, for those of you that have listened to old-time radio or have done some, rudimentary history research, you will know that this was a famous radio broadcast in which the end of the world was being dramatized on radio, and a lot of people believed it. A lot of people believed it. There was riots in the streets, because it was so realistic at the time that the people totally, and it was just a dramatization by Orson Welles. Very brilliantly done, obviously. So I thought we'd give it a spin on the old Lugu Lake piano finish turntable. And really, really cool. You can find this recording for free, like MP3s of it on YouTube. It's everywhere. And I would recommend giving it a listen. It's because of this recording in this broadcast. Now there are rules about, you can't just go broadcast a seemingly real, event and, present it as authentic. You have to say this is a dramatization. When you see movies like all the characters represented are fictitious or something like that, it's because of this recording and this broadcast. But let's give it a bit of a listen.
In The War of the Worlds by H.G. Wells.
Part of what makes this brilliant is Orson Welles, when he was designing this, actually, you'll hear it goes from music, just like a real broadcast. You think you're listening to music, and then it goes into a breaking news alert. He knew when the radio stations were taking their commercial breaks and when people would be turning to other stations, and it was just genius.
Yet as mortal as his own.
There's like an intro, so if you caught the very beginning, you'd understand that it was fake.
At regular intervals on the planet Mars. The spectroscope indicates the gas...
Okay, hold on.
Radius. The next 24 hours, not much change in temperature. A slight atmospheric disturbance of undetermined origin is reported over Nova Scotia, causing a low-pressure area to move down rather rapidly over the northeastern states, bringing a forecast of rain accompanied by winds of light gale force. Maximum temperature 66, minimum 48. This weather report comes to you from the Government Weather Bureau. We take you now to the Meridian Room in the Hotel Park Plaza in downtown New York, where you will be entertained by the music of Raymond Raquello and his orchestra.
Okay, so it's like they have the news alert, and they realize not a lot of people will be listening at this point in time. So this music right here, this far into the program, like 3 minutes in or whatever it is, coincided with the first commercial break from other stations.
The hotel in New York City, we bring you the music of Raymond Raquello and his orchestra.
So the idea is they turn it over. Oh, this is nice. Let's listen to this music. And then we'll cut into the broadcast and have this emergency. Okay, enough of my talking. Let's just listen.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the Intercontinental Radio News. At 20 minutes before 8 Central Time, Professor Farrell of the Mount Jennings Observatory, Chicago, Illinois, reports observing several explosions of incandescent gas occurring at regular intervals on the planet Mars. The spectroscope indicates the gas to be hydrogen and moving toward the Earth with enormous velocity. Professor Pearson of the observatory at Princeton confirms Farrell's observation and describes the phenomenon as, quote, like a jet of blue flame shot from a gun, unquote. We now return you to the music of Raymond Raquello, playing for you in the Meridian Room of the Park Plaza Hotel, situated in downtown New York.
Tune that never loses favor. The ever-popular Stardust. Raymond Raquello and his orchestra.
gentlemen, following on the news given in our bulletin a moment ago, the Government Meteorological Bureau has requested the large observatories of the country to keep an astronomical watch on any further disturbances occurring on the planet Mars. Due to the unusual nature of this occurrence, we have arranged an interview with a noted astronomer, Professor Pearson, who will give us his views on this event. In a few moments, we will take you to the Princeton Observatory at Princeton, New Jersey. We return you until then to the music of Raymond Raquello and his orchestra. We are ready now to take you to the Princeton Observatory at Princeton, where Carl Phillips, our commentator, will interview Professor Richard Pearson, famous astronomer. We take you now to Princeton, New Jersey.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Carl Phillips speaking to you from the observatory at Princeton. I'm standing in a large semicircular room, pitch black except for an oblong slit in the ceiling. Through this opening, I can see a sprinkling of stars that cast a kind of frosty glow over the
Okay, so I'm going to skip through to some of the best parts. So they're interviewing different scientists, going back and forth.
sound that seems to come from inside the object.
Okay, this is one of the best parts. So their news reporter, who, by the way, was doing his best impression, I think it was one of the people in here was doing this FDR impression. So it sounded like FDR, but it really wasn't FDR. But when they set up shop, and he's like, "Is my microphone on?" It sounds so authentic for the time. Let's see if we can catch that.
Very
part.
much diameter of this.
About 30 yards.
About 30 yards. The metal on the sheet is, well, I've never seen anything like it. The color is sort of yellowish white. It's curious. Spectators now are pressing close to the object in spite of the efforts of the police to keep them back. Getting in front of my line of vision. Would you mind standing one side, please? While the police pushing the crowd back. Here's Mr. Wilmot, owner of the pond here. He may have some interesting facts to add. Mr. Wilmot, would you please tell the radio audience as much as you remember of this rather unusual visitor that dropped in your backyard? Step closer, please. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Wilmot.
Well, I was listening to the radio.
Closer and louder, please.
Pardon me?
Louder, please, closer.
Yes. I was listening to the radio and
I
kind
mean, it
of...
just all sounds so authentic. It sounds so authentic. Scoot a little bit forward.
Mills. Evidently, there's some difficulty with our field transmission.
Oh, yeah. So the guy gets killed in the field, supposedly. Listen to this.
Happening. Some shape is rising out of the pit. I can make out a small beam of light against a mirror. What's that? There's a jet of flame springing from the mirror and it leaps right at the advancing men. It strikes them head on. Lord, they're turning into flames. The whole field's caught up by the woods, the barns, the gas tanks for the automobiles spreading everywhere. Coming this way now, about 20 yards to my right.
Ladies and gentlemen, due to circumstances beyond our control, we are unable to continue the broadcast from Grover's Mill. Evidently, there's some difficulty with our field transmission. However, we will return to that point at the earliest opportunity. In the meantime, we have a late bulletin from San Diego, California. Professor Indlekoffer, speaking at a dinner of the California Astronomical Society, expressed the opinion that the explosions on Mars are undoubtedly nothing more than severe volcanic disturbances on the surface of the planet. We continue now with our piano interlude.
Okay, guys, so you get the gist of it. Absolutely brilliant. Orson Welles, if you don't know about him, go back and find out. Somebody that was truly blacklisted from Hollywood, and not everybody knows his brilliance, not only in the areas of motion pictures, but previous to that, his Mercury Theater on the Air series, of which this is the most famous broadcast. They're all brilliant. But read up about it, check it out, listen to more of the broadcast. It's available everywhere. And this is cool, having it on vinyl. This is thanks to Fardamark, who sent us this record. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And maybe when we get closer to Halloween or something, we'll do a more formal, full, rebroadcast of this. But for now, hope you'd enjoy that, guys. A little 10-minute video. Hope you're having a great day. We'll be back tomorrow with another show. Hang in there. Stay safe. Happy record hunting and listening. And we'll catch you tomorrow. Bye-bye.